Welcome! I'm actually recording this video on the day it's going to be released, which is the first time I've done this since the first video I ever made, so good luck with me editing this, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah. But as it's the end of May, I'm going to do my April and May favourites. Now, we don't actually have any books this month, yep, so we'll gloss over that. So the first favourite I've got for you this month is a new camera. Not the one that you're watching me on now, but this one. It is a Canon G7X. Those of you in the vlogging fraternity will know that this is the absolute mother of vlogging cameras. So I took this away actually this weekend just gone, which was the bank holiday weekend. I was going to record, do some vlogging while I was playing cricket and things like that. No, well, not while I was playing cricket, and actually that was the problem. I didn't get anywhere near enough footage because whilst I was playing, you can't vlog and play cricket at the same time, really hard, you need your hands. But nevertheless, I did get some, and I'm not going to put it out on YouTube because it's not really useful at all. But it was a good test for the camera and the sound and everything like that, and any adjustments I need to make. So it was useful for me anyway that weekend. So maybe in the future, perhaps some in the city and other things like that, you'll see much better vlogs because I've got a decent vlogging camera rather than this thing, which is fine, but it's really heavy, so it's really hard to carry around. Links in the description, by the way, if you want to see what these things are like online. Second is something which arrived this morning, which is quite useful considering I'm recording this today and releasing it today. That is this t-shirt, which, if I just go backwards a moment, it says to-do calculate on it, and if you don't get the reference, then if you watch Simon Clark's channel, I'll link that just in the description down below, you will know that he has recently finished his PhD, and in the final write-up he had a massive graphical error. Basically it was a to-do line, you know, I need to do this later, and it wasn't taken out, so it was to-do calculate. So it's now his merch, so I've got some merch. It's nice, it's good. By the way, you really should check out Simon's channel. He's blowing up, he's doing great stuff, and go over there, yeah, well, after you've watched this video. But seemingly I now go and see a show in the West End every other week. So in April and May I first went to see Les Mis. It's actually the first time I've seen Les Mis in the West End since 2011, I want to say, 2010 perhaps. And that's partly because the tickets are hardly ever discounted, you know, and it costs a lot of money to go to the theatre, especially if you're going a lot. This ticket, however, is a standing ticket for the back of the upper circle, which is I know a long way away, but apparently that's better than being at the back of the stalls. So I think it was a really good buy, because it's only £15. Not to be sniffed at, is it? So bearing that in mind, of course, we all know Les Mis, it's a great show. If you haven't heard of it, then, well, there's plenty of things online, plenty of recordings on Spotify, etc. Have a listen, you'll love it. Believe me, if you like musicals, then you'll love it. Then at the beginning of May, I went to see Chess, which is at the London Coliseum, which is usually where the English National Opera are. And I think they have actually put on the production of Chess. Chess is a musical written by Benny Bjorn from ABBA, and Tim Rice is the lyricist, and it's basically it's fictional, but it's a Cold War story about a chess player from the Soviet Union and a chess player from America, kind of coming together and having this big world chess tournament. They became like the world grandmaster of chess, and of course, it being during the Cold War, it had that Cold War kind of thing. The songs in it are fantastic, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's got Mike Ball in it, by the way. If you know anything about musical theatre, you know who Mike Ball is. And it's great. I think it's on for another month at the Coliseum. And then I also went to see Quiz at the Noel Coward Theatre. Quiz is about the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire scandal, where Major Charles Ingram allegedly, well, more than allegedly because he was convicted of it, swindled the programme out of £1 million, or attempted to, because he had accomplices that were coughing during the right answers. The show itself tries to take on that this isn't a foregone conclusion. There was evidence which was circumstantial, and of course they've got the buttons to, you know, the fastest finger first buttons, or Ask the Audience buttons, I should say. It's got the Ask the Audience buttons, and you vote on certain things. Now, some of them are the questions in the show. Other ones are, are they guilty or not guilty, that kind of thing. And at the beginning of the show, you just taken through the prosecution's case. So at half time, just before the interval, you're given the choice between guilty or not guilty, and generally most of the audience say guilty at that point. But at the end, you generally get a different result. And they kind of showed the audience results over the last few shows, and they're all different, all the rest of it. So go and see the show. I think it's on for another few weeks, and that's at the Noel Cow Theatre. Oh, I almost forgot. You get a pub quiz while you're there. Now, I shan't show you too much, but I don't know if they have the same questions, but basically there's a pub quiz sheet, and if you get the questions all right, then I think you get a poster or something. Last but certainly not least, last night I went to see the best new musical in the West End right now, called Everybody's Talking About Jamie. The show is about a gay boy in Sheffield who is 16, is at school, and he wants to be a drag queen. Now, he identifies as a man, but he wants to be a drag queen, and be somebody else for the night. And the show is all about him and his friend, who is a Muslim girl, who they face prejudice in different ways, of course. It's a kind of feel-good show, so yes, there's dark parts, but it all comes good in the end. It's a musical in the West End, of course it does. But it's fantastic. The dancing's great, the singing's great. I think it's just had its run extended, in fact, and that's at the Apollo Theatre on Shaftesbury Avenue in London. Do go and see it. By all means. I, of course, will leave links in the description to all those shows. And as the red battery is now flashing on the side of my camera, I think that is a good time to stop. I hope you enjoyed my favourites for April and May. Subscribe, because I do make videos every single week. Remember to give this one a like,